The 1941 film Citizen Kane employs creative editing techniques that bolster the spectacle and viewing experience. The way in which Orson Welles directed this film takes storytelling to new heights through unorthodox methods the movie shows rather than tells. This film goes above and beyond the status quo by engaging the audience in places that could easily be overlooked, but instead add expression due to the creative scene transitions. This type of artistry is a testament to the staying power of Citizen Kane decades later. From the way in which the camera moves to the post-production animation, the transitional devices employed in Citizen Kane add depth and dimension to the film, which bring forth alternative ways of storytelling. Through the use of newspaper headlines as transitions, the story unfolds without needing scripted lines or explanation. This type of exposition is unorthodox, yet brilliant, because it puts forth the information that you need quickly and efficiently. In the scene where Kane marries Susan Alexander, we see headlines that expose details in the plot. Some moments are more straightforward than others, like when the newspaper headlines are shown to communicate the affairs of Kane's life, but other devices are used which bring forth elements of mystique and also offer room for confusion. These moments of confusion allow the audience to decide for themselves, which is powerful in storytelling because the viewer can take with them their own impression. An example of this type of transition is shown when Alexander leaves Xanadu and a cockatoo is shown screeching, then flying away.
Like the time his wife left him.
A puzzling moment indeed, but this puzzle is set out for the audience to try to solve. This moment is beautiful because we see juxtaposition between Susan Alexander and the cockatoo, but nothing is explicitly said to lead us to think much of anything beyond this moment. Michael Cheyenne writes in The Voice of Cinema, talking about accoustreme, that voices that command, invade, and vampirize the image, voices that often have an omnipotence to guide the action, call it up, make it happen, and sometimes lose it on the borderline between land and sea. This, in relation to the cockatoo screaming, is very, very indicative of what he's trying to say in terms of sound that commands. This transition is extraordinary because it empowers the moment with shock. Other moments in the film challenge our understanding of what a transition should look like, especially the stormy night when the crane shot penetrates the skylight of the Cantina bar. The rain washes away the previous shot in the next, which is coupled with a drastic change in score. This decision takes an ordinary scene and position them to be powerful. Had we just jumped from outside in the rain to inside the bar, the scene would have been virtually the same in content, but the elegant use of interesting effect endows the scene with spice and evoke much more emotional response. These details of transitional challenge our understanding of storytelling because they push the envelope into realms of craftsmanship that have rarely been seen. This type of detail is not only powerful in engaging the audience through the dullest of scenes, it also gives the film an additional element of subtext that gives the presented picture conceptual complication, which invites discussion about impression, effect, and interpretation. Citizen Kane is a powerful movie, but these little details give it more strength.